Hey, it is Clay Trader. Welcome to Advanced Options Strategies Explained. Very excited for this course. I'm actually recording this video last, so the whole course has been completed. It is in place, and I think that you will find it very beneficial. And I appreciate the vote of confidence. There's one thing to say, oh yeah, that person, they seem, blah, blah, blah. And then there's another thing to say, oh yeah, that person, in fact, I'm going to give them some money because I think they have a service that can help me out. So I truly do appreciate that. It really means a lot because last time I checked, money doesn't grow on trees. If it does, could you send me some of those seeds? That'd be nice. But it doesn't grow on trees. So for you to, put your money where your mouth is and, purchase something like this in order to get a service from me, which is me teaching you, I really do appreciate it. I take it serious, and hopefully that reflects, as you go through this course. In terms of the content of the course, we're going to go through that vaguely here, but each video, will kind of progress into one thing and then another thing and then another thing, and it will should all come together for you at the very end. I've done many courses before this one, and the big piece of feedback that I've been getting is people just like, hey, you know what? I really like just the laid back atmosphere. You have really bad jokes, but just crack the bad jokes. It's kind of keeps things loose, doesn't keep things like high school or some sort of college class or anything like that. So that's what I want to avoid. I don't want this to get dry and stale. Sure, there's going to be some parts where, all right, we just got to push through this because it is important. It's good for you to understand. But for the most part, I'm going to try to crack some jokes. I already failed once with the whole money tree joke, right off the get-go. But I'm just kind of trying to set the tone here. So I'll try to throw out some jokes. I'll try to just be myself, and that'll include me probably stumbling over my words once in a while. But hey, it is what it is. That's just it. I want it to feel like we're sitting across at a restaurant or at a bar or at your home. Whatever sort of environment would make you feel relaxed. That's what I want it to be. We're just hanging out. With all that being said, as much as I want this to be hanging out, go and grab a pen and paper. You do have the choice to print out some slides. So if you want to print those out, that would be good too. But the PowerPoints are more so for me in terms of just giving me talking points. But my goal is hopefully as I'm going through the talking points that I say something that, hey, you know what, that seems kind of valuable. That seems kind of worthy of writing down. So be prepared for that, and just have something that you can jot down notes. And obviously you can pause, you can go back and all that. But I don't want you to think that, okay, all I have to do is print off the PowerPoint slides and then I have all the information. Just talking points for me. Like I said, I hopefully I say at least one thing throughout the whole course that you say, hey, you know what? I better write that down. But just a heads up there. I don't want to give off the impression that the PowerPoints contain every little bit of knowledge that you should take away from the course. If you've taken any of my courses before, then you've seen this slide. I keep it throughout because this is just one of my foundational theories, at least. I guess when I stop and think about it, I don't have any necessarily scientific data to back this up. But I've put together a lot of courses, and I've gotten lots of feedback and a lot of positive feedback. And my goal is I want to annoy you. And if you're not annoyed by the end of this course with certain things, then it's a mission failure for me. If you are annoyed, then mission accomplished. So with that being said, I am going to be repeating words, concepts, ideas, reminders. You're going to hear a lot of the same things over and over again. So why are you trying to annoy? I just paid you money. You're trying. Think about it. I need to build muscle memory for you, just like you can walk and chew gum. And I bet we can all remember that annoying kid from school, or some sort of annoying person in life. Or some sort of, think about what a pet peeve is. We all have pet peeves. Pet peeves are just an annoyance derived from something else. And we remember that stuff. We remember what annoys us. And I want you to get to the point where you say, I know, Clay, you said fill in the blank a million times. I get that when that fill in the blank happens, then we should look for fill in the blank this to happen. When you get to that point, boom, mission accomplished. That's what I want. I want you to just be able to finish my sentences, finish my thoughts, and when I get to the annoyance, but yeah, you've said it a million times, you're going to say, well, what I'm repeating there is something that you need to know. So am I doing it to be annoying? Yes. But am I doing it just for the sake of annoying you? No, there is an ulterior motive, and I just want to drill it into your head. I want you to be able to walk and chew gum. So that's my mission here. It's not that I'm trying to insult anyone's intelligence. And I do, remind, because, I don't want to come across like I think you're a moron or think you're stupid or anything like that. That's not the case. I just want to annoy you So you know this stuff like the back of your hand. So you can walk down the street, chew some bubble gum, and trade some advanced strategies when it comes to options. Now this is an advanced course, so I'm making some assumptions. So my assumptions here are that you have either taken my options trading simplified course, or you already have an understanding on the basic components of options. So if I say call or I say put, and you're saying, wait, what? You want me to call who and put what where? No, that's a problem. That is a problem. I would not say that you have an understanding of options. If when I say call or put or strike price or expiration date, are you talking about milk? Does somebody know need to get milk? Is something, see, welcome to the bad jokes. But if that sort of stuff is not resonating with you, then I would say that you do not have the option trade. If you don't understand what makes a call go up in price or what makes a put go up in price or go down in price or vice versa, again, we got a problem. So this is an advanced course. So I'm assuming that you've either taken my course or just have, like I said, a general understanding knowledge of those basic components. The other big assumption is that you have some sort of tool you use to answer the question, what are my thoughts on the current or future price action of this ticker symbol? This is not any sort of course in terms of how to figure out what the price is going to do. This is how to react and use options, use advanced options to pull profits from what you think is going to happen. So this is, again, you better have some sort of tool that you can use to formulate an opinion on, well, what do I think the price is going to happen? What do I think is going to happen right now, or what do I think may happen in the future? So for me, I personally use charts. But this is not a technical analysis course. I'm not here to try to cram charts down your throat or try to convince you that charts are the way to go. No, if you have a tool that works for you, then awesome. You should definitely use it. Now, I know a lot of you have probably taken my other courses and you do use charts, so that's perfect. You already, you can answer that question by using charts. But just understand that you have to be able to answer that question, and I'm assuming you have some sort of system or tool in place. Again, doesn't have to be charts. You may be looking, why is there a picture of star cons? I promise this will make more sense as I go through the course, but that's just some star constellations up there. That'll make more sense. But just understand that, and you gotta have some sort of way to formulate just the very basic question. Well, what do I think is going to happen with the price? Also, just know, hopefully you know how to use a search engine. I'm not going to assign any names because use a search engine of your choice. But there's going to be, what I've learned is when you start to assign specific links or talk about specific websites, I have some courses that have been out literally over 5, 6, 7 years now, and things change on the internet over time. Sites stop working, sites change, sites redesign. But if you just describe the overall concept of what you're looking for, well then people can go out, use a search engine, and find out whatever is available at this point in time. What's available at this point in time as I sit here and record this is going to be different than what's out there 2-3 years from now. Who knows? The last thing I want to do is point you to a tool that ultimately becomes outdated. So keep that in mind. We want, you want to keep on top of stuff, but if you know how to use a search engine, that's going to take you to the relevant stuff for whatever point in time it is that you're watching this. So that's the other assumption I'm making. Know how to use a search engine. I do talk about one specific calculator, but it's at a website where I'm pretty sure that website's not going anywhere, but we'll get to that later on in the course. Building blocks. This is, I'm not going to say very important, but it is an important slide. I would recommend that you watch the videos in order. Yes, there are a lot of videos. What we're covering, 10 different strategies, and before we even get to the strategies, we have to set up some overall contextual stuff in order to make make sure you understand, why it is we're caring about certain things. Like I said, I have already created the course, so this is the last video I've done. So I know what's in the course, and I can say that it's been designed to build off of previous concepts and topics. So if you start jumping around, if you start skipping around, it may present a problem. But if you just go through the order, then the strategies and overall concepts are going to be easier to follow, and you're going to be able to absorb them better and start to understand them better. Is it the absolutely end of the world? Are you not going to understand anything if you skip around? No, probably not. But all I'm saying is you have been warned. Don't blame me if you start to get lost or confused. Wait, why is that happening? What does that have to do with anything? Well, chances are, if you would go back and, wait, why is he going to go through this video so fast? Why is he going to skip over or, go through a bunch of slides real quick? Well, odds are, I've already told you, well, if you've watched the previous video, then a lot of these slides are going to be the same. So, I promise, go one step at a time and take, one video in the order. If you say, you know, I'm still going to jump around, that's fine. All I would ask is be sure to watch all the introductory videos and the covered call strategy video. That will at least get you on, you know, the foundation in terms of overall context, trade management, you know, time versus profit, you know, all that sort of stuff, you know, how to roll options, stuff like that. So, you know, if you say, you know, I'm still jumping around, obviously I can't come and, you know, force you to do anything, but at least get through those introductory videos, you know, implied volatility, all those ones up at the beginning, and get through covered calls. And then, you know, if you want to start to veer around a little bit, you know, you can do so. And, you know, you've still been warned. You may get confused. It may not, you know, all the dots may not connect as easily. But, you know, I can't sit here and say, you know, it's totally the end of the world or anything like that. And this is probably the most important slide within all the course. Easily top three. Easily top three. Just remember, just take one step at a time and have some patience. You know, the markets aren't going anywhere. They've been around for over 100 years. I'm sure they got another 100 years left in them. So just breathe, slow down, have some patience. You know, there are 10 different strategies that we're going to cover. So take your time. This is not a sprint. You know, heck, it's not even really a marathon, because in a marathon, you actually kind of jog. This is more of, hey, let's just walk. Let's take our time. Let's look at the scenery. Let's stop and smell the roses. Let's stop and maybe take some notes. You know, just take your time. So I would say this is not even a marathon. This is a nice scenic route. You know, you want to always be moving forward, so I'm not going to tell you to stand still. But if you want to stand still a few times, that's fine. But, you know, this is by no means a sprint. It's not even a marathon. You know, if you're going through the strategies and you get through a video and you think, hey, you know what? This one kind of fits my personality. You know, focus a little bit more on it. You know, get some paper trades going. And that transitions into the next huge topic. You better be paper trading. You know, what does paper trading mean? Well, again, this is an advanced course. Hopefully you already understand what paper trading is. But paper trading is a way to test things out without having any money actually be on the line. You have fake money on the line, but it's not real money. Now, what sort of paper trading? You know, how do you do that? What should you use? Well, again, search engines are your friend. There are some nice paper trading platforms out there, you know, as it stands right now. But like I said, 3 years down the road, 4 years down the road, I'm not going to point you to an exact one, because who knows if they're even around anymore. But, you know, just use search engines, see what's out there for, you know, paper trading options and advanced options. A lot of brokers already have the functionality of paper trading a part of them, so you can test out all that. But, you know, get out there and search. Point being, you got to have patience, and you better be paper trading. You don't want to just watch a video on a strategy and say, oh yeah, you know, that fits into my personality. You know, sorry, little Billy Bob, I'm going to take your college tuition money and I'm going to go start to use it on these, you know, on these strategies as I figure things out. No, just paper trade, and then you can ease into money, small amounts of money, and then you can scale it from there. But this is not, you know, after you watch a video, you know, go and grab Billy Bob's college money. That's not how this works. That's not what any of this is intended to be. So again, easily top 3 slide right here. Be patient, slow down, take your time, and paper trade. So with that being said, we're going to get started. And like I said, at least watch this first chunk of videos through covered calls, and that'll set up the overall context of what we need to be paying attention to. And then we'll start to get into all the individual strategies. So I'm excited. Let's get started.